Right, so here we are in the Stug IIIG again. This is a pretty intense little fight, this one. Well, when you play these tier 5 games, kind of gone on about before how the bots affect the games, but one of the things that really is a little bit odd is that in tier 5 you only get certain maps, and there are certain other maps you just never seem to get, which is a little bit annoying, because if you're trying to familiarise yourself with other maps, you just can't do it. So then when you swap back to playing the higher tiers, it's you're then landing on maps that you really just don't play all that often, and that really does work against you. Now, I mention that because on this map I do like coming to this little spot here, and this map comes up a lot in the tier 5 games. There you go, nice juicy. Didn't hit him, but he's looking at me, so I think he's actually looking at the bush. Now they assume that if you're up here behind the bush, so yeah, he's sort of figured out that I'm not in that bush, so he's actually shooting. I don't think he's shooting where I am. He thinks I'm in a bush. He doesn't think I'm out here in the open. And the reason I can afford to be out in the open is because basically it doesn't matter here. You're so far away, they're never going to see you. But you've got to be a little bit careful of those if they peek that corner. There's a corner there on the edge of the donut. If they peek that, then I'm in all sorts of trouble. Now, these guys have got really terrible view range too, so this is a bot. He's not going to spot me, and he's dead anyway. Yeah, I didn't hurt him that time. He's still having a go. I'm still a bit worried that he might figure out where I am, but I don't think he does until a little bit later on, where I think I do get spotted here. This is a pretty epic game in terms of damage done. Like, it's going pretty evenly at the moment. We're a bit behind, even though I've already done about 800 damage. Ooh, that may have hit because it didn't. That may also have hit because I couldn't see the splash behind. And there he is. Ooh, I just went a bit low, unfortunately. He's pretty persistent, this guy. He's trusting his armour. Oh, it's just not quite going wrong. I mean, that is the other issue. This is a pretty extreme range. However, having said that, this is a very accurate gun. Now, I reckon a few of these go in. That went to the sort of place I'm aiming. I may have just tracked him over and over again, who knows. But I think when we see him a little bit later on, almost out of APC, I better stop firing gold and switch back to normal rounds. One of the issues with the Stug is it doesn't have a lot of rounds. I think it's got about, oh, there we go. Yeah. I reckon that's the only hit we take from him though. But now they know where I am. So I want to move out of here, because once they know you're there, it's fairly easy for them to shoot at you. Now, I don't believe they saw me move away. They might have, but I don't think they did. At this stage, they probably don't realise I'm now in this bush. And put a bit of pain into that T1. They will pretty quickly work out that I'm here. The trick is not to stick out too far past the rock. I can find out these ones on the left. I don't really want to kill this guy, but I'm just not fast enough, and he just doesn't stick up high enough to be able to get him. So we're not doing very well. I only lost one player, but we're a lot. Yeah, that's better. Stay there. There we go. He's tracked. He's gone. That was just a bot. Now KB1 is being very cautious. This game, I should have had him in. I really should have had him in. I just wasn't concentrating. In this game, some of my human teammates aren't very good. M10, oh, how the hell did I get spotted then? That's really weird. I don't know how that happened. I moved, but I didn't actually shoot at the time. Yeah, that was weird. And now there's a lot of shells now coming in at this corner. Jesus. So we go out a little bit, line this guy up. So the B1 won't have good. Oh, we've tracked him, that's good. The B1 will not have good view range. Most lower tier heavies don't. And these are tier 4 bots, they certainly don't. Okay, so we're doing alright now. 1700, it's evened up a little bit. We're only one tank behind and we're actually quite a bit up in terms of, oh, we're still shooting. I reckon that's, it could be the KV. We have a bit of a duel, but in the end, I don't get him, someone else does. But as I was saying, some of our teammates here just are not really good. The guy in the M10 is, I see him quite often, and he does get rubbished for playing badly, and he does. I mean, he sits there, I can't work out. Even after we know all the tanks are dead on this side of the map, he still just sort of puddles around in that space. Anyway, you have to deal with the cards you're dealt, don't you? And they're certainly having a good go at this bush. And our team is starting to drop behind again. There is the KV. And as you can see, he's a lot lower in health than he was a few minutes ago. Of course it didn't hit him, why would it? Take that though. So I've got 3 kills, 1800 damage. Oh, he's gonna shoot at me, I'll shoot at you. Yeah, he's only on a very low health. This is, I couldn't figure out why. Like the KV1 could just go up and kill both those guys. They're not going to be able to kill him. But he doesn't do it. None of them will move forward. It's really baffling. I mean, the M10, he's just being an idiot. He's got a very powerful tank. And he's just sitting there. Yeah, it does defy. Oh, the BDR pushed him out, tried to push him into the battle. Anyway, yeah. It's a waiting game when you've got a team this crap. And this KV1, he's got heaps of health. All he has to do is go and kill, go around the corner and put one shot into this guy and he's out of the game. Even if he took 2 or 3 hits, they're not going to kill him. And then we've got rid of all of their players. And we've just got to deal with a few silly bots. Well, thank God he did manage to do that. Of course, didn't pin him. Light tank, why would it? Anyway, we get him. And see what I mean? The KV did lose health, but he's only because he's really bad. Finally gets that guy. Okay, so now I've got 2 bots left. We've got 2100 damage. We've got actually a bit more. We ended up at the end of this game, we did over 3000 damage. I don't want this guy. He has No idea. Absolutely no idea. He's still hiding there as if he thinks there's enemy tanks there, and there aren't. And it's pretty bloody obvious where the last two tanks were spotted on the mini-map. And they've got to be out here somewhere. Anyway, sorry, I was too busy typing, and I thought at least they might go and camp at this point if they're not going to do anything else. I just went into this guy. I think he's behind a rock now. Let's see, I was talking about low ammunition. I'm down to 5 shells. So if I do find the DW, if he's on full health, I probably don't have enough shells to kill him. Anyway, we'll worry about that if it happens. We'll go and see if we can knock off this guy first. Run! Stug's not good at this sort of stuff, that's for sure. Oh, there you go. Panzer III, who is also a player, had a go at that. So we've got 5 players left. I tell you what, the M10 is absolutely useless. I think the BDR did a really good job. I think he actually outscored in this game. But yeah, so 2300 there on the scoreboard, but it was over 3000. So that's quite a few blind hits in this game, and that was an M1.